Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to source for South African political analysis, breaking developments, and the stories behind the scenes. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat in this fast-moving political landscape. Today we're diving into a storm that's brewing within one of the most talked about new parties on South Africa's political scene, the Umkhonto we Sizwe Party, better known as the MKP. This is the party aligned with former President Jacob Zuma, and despite its recent rise and momentum in parliament, it's already showing signs of deep internal cracks that could shake its foundation before it even finds its feet. At the heart of the latest drama is an explosive social media post by a prominent MKP supporter known publicly as Azania. This individual, who is closely aligned with the party's grassroots structures and Zuma's political vision, didn't hold back. They accused MKP parliamentary leader Dr. John Hlophe of undermining none other than Floyd Shivambu, the party's new Secretary General, and a man many believe is the political heir to Zuma's radical legacy. Let's break this down. Azania's post came after Colleen McCubely was appointed as the chief whip of the MKP caucus in Parliament, a powerful position that controls discipline, strategy, and voting within the legislature. Now, Colleen herself is seen as a capable and experienced political figure, and under normal circumstances, her appointment would have passed quietly. But Azania insists this was no routine decision. In fact, they claim this was part of a strategic maneuver by Hlophe to sideline Floyd Shivambu, a move allegedly made just a day before Floyd was officially deployed to Parliament. Azania didn't mince words. Dr. Hlophe's hatred for Floyd must be exposed, they wrote. Colleen is brilliant, but Hlophe's intentions here are evil. That's a heavy accusation, especially within a party that prides itself on discipline and unity under the banner of Zuma's legacy. So, who are the main players here? Let's start with Dr. John Hlophe, the former judge president of the Western Cape. Hlophe is no stranger to controversy. He was impeached after a long legal battle involving allegations of misconduct, but many in the Zuma-aligned camp view him as a victim of political targeting, someone who stood firm against the so-called judicial elite. He was appointed in May as MKP's parliamentary caucus leader, a role that gives him enormous power to shape the party's parliamentary presence. But now he's being accused of consolidating too much power and alienating key figures like Shivambu. Then there's Floyd Shivambu, a name most South Africans associate with the economic freedom fighters, where he served as the deputy president and one of the sharpest voices in Parliament. His resignation from the EFF earlier this year sent shockwaves through the political world, and his move to the MK party was seen as a massive boost for Zuma's new political project. Many expected him to become a central figure in the party, possibly even its future face. But now, instead of leading confidently, he's allegedly being boxed out of key decisions. Azania's message continued with a bold prophecy: Floyd will lead MKP and subsequently the country. Those who tried to stop him are only delaying the inevitable. In other words, this isn't just a policy disagreement, it's a fight for the soul and direction of the MK party. So why does this matter? Because the MK party isn't just another small party trying to grab a few seats. It's a growing force. It pulled in significant votes in the last election and is now in Parliament. It represents not just Zuma's return to frontline politics but a broader sentiment of dissatisfaction with the ANC, the EFF, and the DA. MKP's appeal lies in its promise to deliver uncompromising leadership and revive what it calls the true revolutionary agenda. But now, that revolution is at risk of collapsing into internal chaos. Party insiders say a special meeting of the top leadership may be called soon to address these tensions. The question is whether that meeting will bring resolution or expose even deeper divides. Let's be honest, factionalism is not new in South African politics. We've seen it with the ANC, the DA, even the EFF. But what makes this case so significant is that it's happening so early in the party's life. MKP hasn't even finished building its national structures, and already there's a power struggle between two heavyweights, one with legal and ideological firepower, the other with political experience and youth appeal. And where is Jacob Zuma in all of this? He's the party's moral anchor and public face. But his silence during this factional fallout is raising eyebrows. Is he backing Floyd quietly? Is he trying to play mediator? Or worse, has he lost control of the very movement built around his name? That's a question many supporters are now asking, especially as Azania's post continues to spread across social media. For MKP to survive and become a serious long-term player in South African politics, it must resolve these tensions quickly and decisively. It cannot afford to be seen as just another personality cult with no internal discipline. And let's not forget the bigger picture. South Africa is entering an era of coalitions and fragmented governance. No single party holds absolute power anymore, and that means smaller parties like MKP can become kingmakers if they can maintain internal coherence. If they descend into chaos, they'll be pushed aside just as quickly as they rose. So what happens next? We'll be watching closely to see if MKP releases an official statement addressing Azania's claims. We'll also keep an eye on Shivambu's next public moves. Will he challenge Hlophe's authority, or will he try to rise above the drama and focus on policy and organizing? The path forward won't be easy. But what's clear is that the honeymoon is over for the MK party. The real test of its unity and political discipline has begun. And now, over to you, the viewers. Do you think Floyd Shivambu is being deliberately sidelined? Is Dr. Hlophe trying to consolidate power for his own political ambitions? And most importantly, can Jacob Zuma keep this party from tearing itself apart before it even gets started? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage of South Africa's most important political stories. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.